Dr. Real TV, another paternity court video. Judge Lake, get my views up a little bit.
Have twins. Taylor Rose is not my child.
Where are you getting this information from, Mr. Scott?
It's what I know.
Due to the fact that when he was out of town, I did call somebody and one thing led to another. It was not meant to happen.
Me and Mr. Milner were joking. I don't want to be. You know, I got 3 kids. I don't need another one.
In this episode, a man says his lineage only accepts twins.
Ms. Graham, you are here to prove, fiance Mr. Scott, that your daughter Taylor is his biological child. You state that the timeline for conception does not add up, so you can't be Taylor's father.
Miss Graham says she needs today's results to save her relationship. Here is her reason.
We're planning a wedding. He knows he's the father. He's new since he still tries to deny it.
As for Mr. Scott, the baby's features are off.
Look at her nose. Look at her ears. I am not the father.
If Taylor's not your biological child, you're not getting married.
Hell no.
That's definitely news to me.
When you're off, were there other men you were sleeping with?
No,
Yes,
we
Honor,
were
that's
not
a lie.
together.
If he is planning to marry her, what's the reason for his doubts anyway?
Was when I went back into the house and when I cleaned up, I saw something from the doctor's office and it said that she was like 6 weeks pregnant. How is it possible that Taylor Rose?
Okay, so now I understand what's happening. When you got back together, you at home. When you count back, you're saying we were off then.
Way off.
This is what happened after.
This is my first child. I didn't know what my options were. So after I told him, I'm expecting him to be excited. Well, I was expecting to embrace this, turn into my enemy. But we did break up several times, but the bottom line is we never stopped having sex.
Mr. Scott had a question for her.
If I'm the father of Taylor Rose, why did I find that paperwork?
He says when he found the paperwork, you obviously waited some time before you even told him you were pregnant.
I did.
What reason would you have not to tell me?
I just wanted to have time. I had just graduated. I just wanted to have time for myself. You know, down my throat, do this, do this, do this. I brought it to him.
Then she made this claim that shocked the court.
Let me stop. None of that was a good example, good explanation. He said, if you knew you was pregnant, why you ain't tell me? She said, oh, I just wanted to have time, and I brought it to him. No, you didn't. Yeah, you didn't. You ain't bring him nothing. Now you got
My life is just beginning to take off. If I wanted to take on the stress of being a parent at that time.
When she had the baby, Mr. Scott would end up making a scene at the hospital, coupled with some claims. Check it out.
He said how he was never going to sign that birth certificate because my daughter wasn't a twin.
That's not 100%
They had
true.
to, the security had to remove him.
You looked at the baby and just got infuriated and enraged?
I did.
He would reveal he wasn't even aware she was giving birth.
She didn't even
Just-
call and tell me that she was in the hospital and had the baby.
He came up there. He did every single thing that I knew he was going to do, which is why I did not call him.
She did call me and she said, you are not the father.
Did you call him and tell him he's not the
Yes.
father?
No, that's not.
And that's why I
factual at
came
all.
to the hospital. Might have been a day after she had Taylor.
He brought evidence to prove it in court.
Plenty of times.
Plenty of time.
Yes, plenty of
Do
times.
you have any evidence to show this?
So I goes and I get Taylor, and as I went to pay daycare that particular day, her dad already paid daycare for this week.
Here's her response to that.
He paid the daycare this one time. He did pay the daycare several times. When
This guy was introduced as Taylor's father.
Who's the daddy that paid the daycare?
he does not.
So it is your ex.
Yes, he does come in and do things that I
Have
need.
a-
Judge Lauren Lake would ask her if there's a possibility the
Is it the daddy, or is you just trying to be petty and call him the
ex could be the father.
Now you got
Her
me
response and body language weren't too convincing.
Is there any possibility that this ex could be Taylor's biological father?
I'm not contradict. Do you know what contradiction
Well, you
is?
hesitated to answer the question.
And you all of a sudden hook back up with an ex right after you get pregnant. That small lapse in time could make a paternity question. That doesn't seem like what a pregnant woman would do.
While Mrs. Graham was defending her relationship with her ex, Mr. Graham would interrupt and state this outrageous claim.
Twins run in my family. Taylor Rose is not a twin.
Where are you getting this information from, Mr. Scott?
It's what I know.
You have a family history that what? Every generation has a twin?
Yes. To be honest, I haven't.
That would be a no.
But I'm
Okay.
When the judge tried to correct him on his assertion, this happened.
Taylor is not a twin, does not preclude her from being your biological child.
I want the test results.
I love how you tried to get a little backbone. So I'm not trying to make Taylor be yours. That serves me no purpose because that mess y'all made. The fact that this man so wholeheartedly steps up, pays daycares, but that looks like a man that's trying to do something for a baby that he might think might be his.
It's time for the results.
When it comes to Taylor, Graham, Mr. Scott, you are not the father.
Thank you, Your Honor. I already knew I wasn't. Could I speak with her for a moment?
What you mean you already knew? She looked just like you. I was wrong.
No, just let her have a minute.
In a way, Your Honor, I'm from the bottom of my heart happy that I really don't have to pull up with this foolishness.
This man feels his girlfriend got pregnant too fast to be true.
You claim the defendant, Ms. Heath, deceived you into believing that you fathered her 3-month-old son. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
There was another man, but claim Mr. Milner signed the birth certificate and therefore there's no reason for a test.
They made it known to the judge that they had a rosy relationship.
When I met Mr. Milner, yes, he did say he wanted the family. Of course, I wanted the same thing. I have other children, you know. Within a couple of days, we were in a relationship, literally.
So you all decided, you know what, it's just gonna be me and you, let's do this.
Right.
Everything started going wrong when she got pregnant.
What happens? You find out you're pregnant.
I felt, you know, normally with all my kids, I felt it almost immediately when I was pregnant. I don't want to be, you know. I got 3 kids. I don't need another one. You know, this was not a part of the plan.
I mean, I was happy. Sure, we just met, and you pregnant 2-3 weeks later?
That fast?
Oh, so this happened quickly after you met.
It was the first time. The condom broke the first time.
Turns out that getting pregnant too fast was not the only reason.
After everything done happened, we got us an apartment. Me and her is talking real well. Next thing I know, she just bust out the tears. I don't know if the baby yours or not. Ooh.
When the date got moved back, I was like, maybe it could be another the other gentleman.
She brought a calendar to court to show the timeline.
A calendar to the court
Yes, ma'am.
that I would like to review. You had sex with the other man, but you know you were intimate with him on the 23rd.
Yes, ma'am.
25th to the 30th.
July 20th through July 30th, that is during the window of time when you were intimate with the other man.
Yes, ma'am. But she said it would have been the gentleman closer to that time.
Despite the evidence, she had doubts too.
100% certainty. You know Mr. Milner is your child's biological father?
With time, Your Honor, I can't. I don't know for sure. I can't be for sure. That's why I need this test today. Every time we get into an argument, it's like, he's not mine.
Call me what you want to call me. Just don't call me late for dinner. I can't do it.
The results are in.
When it comes to Zachario Milner Jr., Mr. Milner, you are the father. You claim you alone have
He's a junior. He ain't wanted to not be his.
shouldered the burden of more than $10,000 in child care expenses. You're suing Mr. Broadnax for half of those costs.
Yes, Your Honor.
You've not done a single thing. It's only because Billingsley cheated on you and you don't believe you're her daughter's father.
Yes, Your Honor.
She explained that she had not been present in her daughter's life and has left her to carry the financial burden alone.
Me and Mr. Broadnax had decided that we were going to do her birthday party. I had decided that I was going to take her to the zoo, customize her cake, customize her outfit, everything for her. Mr. Broadnax went MIA. Messages on Facebook, everything you could possibly think of.
Mr. Broadnax countered her and claimed he has done things for her daughter.
Not
Very
a deadbeat.
difficult.
I bought her a house when she told me that she was pregnant.
And that was the hardest thing for me because I've always worked. I've always supported myself. In the first trimester of my pregnancy, it became very difficult. He did everything for me.
Although Mr. Broadnax was there during the pregnancy.
I did not just hear that. I mean, let's try to sympathize with her for 2 seconds. It was hard that someone was doing everything for you. Like, it's not hard. That's not hard. Like, no. It's an adjustment. It's something different. But don't tell me that it's hard to not pay bills, to not go to work. Don't tell me that that's hard. When you're used to doing it, but I just don't have to. That's not hard. It's actually kind of easy. You actually just have to find some TV shows that you like on the morning, like The Doctors comes on at like 9. You can watch The View, soap operas still, I think they come on, don't they still? Like, it's not hard. Like, come on now, what?
He revealed she skipped town with the baby.
When it came
she
down,
skipped town. My child, and she's so
did.
quick to skip town.
Here's her reason for skipping town.
one, there was suspicion that he was cheating on me.
There's suspicion she was cheating. That's
So
why
wait,
the baby might not.
I'm hearing all these stories about you two.
It was very early in my pregnancy. I found out, I was excited, and then it came down to him moving back and choosing to party constantly. And
No, Your Honor.
when I requested it to stop or I was going to leave.
He would go on to reveal that he had doubts about the baby.
Because it might not be my child. I'm not paying for another man.
Look at that baby, and you're gonna tell me she's not yours.
What changed everything?
I was just chilling at the house, so I picked up her phone and she was messaging her ex-boyfriend. And my friend said he seen her in a circle with like 3-4 dudes all bubbly laughing.
Did you ever hear a rumor that she was actually sleeping with someone else?
No, Your Honor.
To your knowledge, during the time of conception?
Yes.
He brought evidence to prove that.
I have evidence right here, Your Honor.
Conception dates, mind you, Your Honor, that are an estimated.
As you can see, her window of conception was between early April.
No. You will not put a disclaimer on the conception dates. You sound guilty now. We was with you till you did that.
Mid-April.
You were away for almost 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
You went to a conception app.
Yes.
Came up as April
it's
10th through the
never
18th.
Never mind.
We moved to them accusing each other of dodging DNA tests.
You got it.
I know who my baby's dad is. I know who the father of my child is.
Why didn't you go, Mr. Broadnex?
No, Your Honor, she was out of state, and I always told her she never wanted to do a DNA test.
While she claimed that he doesn't support her financially, she would also reveal that his mom has been the one paying child support on his behalf.
He's done
I
nothing.
He's done absolutely nothing for this child.
No, I have proof, Your Honor. Submitted to the court over 75 pictures that I have provided to her.
You have never told me the baby
I've
wasn't
never
mine?
told you that.
Miss Billingsley, you've never told him this is not your child.
She's lying, Your Honor.
So you're in a relationship, Mr. Broadnex?
Yes, Your Honor. I guess it's jealousy. I don't know what it is, Your Honor.
Is he on the birth certificate? Did he sign the birth certificate?
No, Your Honor, I've submitted a picture of the birth certificate.
If he's not her biological father, will you change her name?
Yes.
So is there a chance he's not her?
Here's her telling the truth and shaming the devil. Check out her revelation.
Change it.
There's-
Please shame him.
I had doubt at first due to the fact I did call somebody and one thing led to another. It was not meant to happen, but it was.
I just want these DNA results. She only calls for money. As again,
I only called for
she's a
money
liar.
for you. You ain't innocent.
You just said you wanted to be with her if the baby was yours. Are we ready?
Here are the results.
Whether Arthur Broadnex is the father of Bailey Broadnex. Mr. Broadnex, you are the father.